Shall we? So we're back on the road. Right, back on the road. Dan, can you hear me now?
I've got you now, mate. Yes.
You've got me now. Fantastic. So we are back on the road, back on track. An unbelievable start to the stream. You guys won't believe what difficulties we've had tonight in the commentary box. I'm out of breath just running up the stairs to get to the commentary box. We've had
You
issues with.
literally could not write it.
Yeah, could not write it. I've had to subscribe to an internet connection tonight. It's been unbelievable. I've had to run to the shop and get beers. I've had to subscribe to PlayStation Plus. I've had to do all sorts. We've even had Chris Gedman on the phone trying to troubleshoot issues, and he sounded like he was dying. But nonetheless, we are 2 minutes away from qualifying. So good evening all, welcome. There's about 30 of you watching live. Great numbers. Thank you for joining us. You are watching FRL YouTube. Eventually you're watching FRL YouTube, and you're listening to myself, Lewis Robertson, and the very own Mr. Punchface himself, Dan Naisbitt. How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, very good, mate. Excited for tonight.
Good. That managed... Nico says hello, Mr. Punchface. Ben Milding on the live stream there.
Nico, I love that.
So, I was going to run through the teams, the riders and runners, but there's about 36 to run through, and we've only got about a minute to go. So, we haven't really got time, but what we'll do, we'll call out certain teams as and when we see them on track over the next hour and a half or so. But just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, we have got 3 sessions tonight. It's an F1 style knockout format of qualifying for the Monza 12 hours. So we've got Q1, Q2 and Q3, with the slowest drivers being knocked out at each session. If I just bring it up on my screen, you can see there we have a 30-minute qualifying 1, 15 minutes for qualifying 2 and then 8 minutes for qualifying 3. So yeah, really exciting format tonight. Hopefully you will stick with us throughout the next hour. We've got a comment on the live stream as well from Groot. Are there any drain cover issues? I can confirm drain covers have been checked, and any cars that are damaged due to drain covers will not have a grid penalty, and their bills for car repairs will be refunded, unlike the FIA and Ferrari, costing them millions, I suspect, with the damage that's sustained to Carlos Sainz's car overnight in Las Vegas. So no, we're actually at a proper racetrack. With people knowing what they're doing. And I say that when I couldn't work my microphone for 20 minutes and I had to subscribe to PlayStation Plus to get on air. But here we are. We're a professional outfit. So, Dan, just to bring you in, just so I've got a second to take a sip out of my 11th beer tonight, any teams you're looking out for tonight? Obviously your own. I know you are racing tomorrow, but any other teams you think are the ones to watch?
I was doing a little bit of scouting while you were trying to get your mic to work. And Mailer looks very, very quick up top. And I was in the server yesterday, and Tom Bellarmin also looks very, very quick. So I think those are your 2 guys to watch. But then saying that, Nico's just gone P2.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, Mailer with 146.9, and look at how close Boozoff is. I mean, if it's like that in qualify, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have 30 cars on track and a lap time of a 145, 150-ish. They're going to have 2.5 seconds gap per car for this first phase, so it's going to be very, very, very close, I think.
Yeah, and you know, the drivers are having to contend with limited tyre sets as well. Don't normally see it in ACC in terms of online league, so they've got to contend with only having 5 tyre sets. So interesting to see how they manage that.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know that until 10 seconds ago, when I think it was the Yorkshire Micker mentioned it in chat. And apparently, yeah, they've got 5. I think they've got 5 sets for Quali.
Yeah.
Which is,
in theory, it's more than enough.
If you do all 3 Quali phases, and you try and do 2 stints per, you're going to have to recycle tyres at some point, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit like the quickest teams are going to have to gamble, aren't they? Going on a used set in Quali 2, maybe.
Or gamble on Q1 and just do one stint.
Yeah. It would be tricky if it was like a bit difficult. What's the word I'm looking for? Like temperatures or conditions. But I mean, it's absolutely perfect racing. It's 22 degrees, 29 track, not a rain cloud in sight.
Yeah, I was looking at G-Portal settings just before this actually, and you've got weather randomness on 1, and you've got 20% cloud cover. So you've literally got a 3% chance of any rain. So I can't see that happening today.
No, definitely not. Right, so here we go. 30 minutes. Qualifying Q1 is underway. So just to remind you, it's the top 24 teams that go through. So the danger zone, great song, is 25 upwards. So the drivers 25 and below is going to be eliminated in the next 29.5 minutes. So Dan, you'll do your best to keep an eye on the drivers in that danger zone.
Yep.
And I'll do my best to keep the camera on the cars that are going across the line. So we've got car number 69, which is the first one out, and that is the Scuderia ORC from the Ferrari Italian outfit. First one out.
Interestingly, you've got a very, very, very long first phase of quali here.
I was wondering what you were going to say then.
And do you know what? I think, as a team manager, I don't think I'd even be out on track yet.
No, yeah, there's going to be a bit of a traffic jam, isn't there, coming at the end of the...
Yeah, there's going to be a very, very, very busy track because everyone seems to have gone out on track pretty much at the moment. You've only got 5 sets and you've got 30 minutes of running, and the track's only going to get better for your last 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, exactly.
Be interesting to see if teams are going to use old tyres for the first run and then put fresh ones on at the end potentially.
Chris Gedman has just scared the life out of me. He's put in the chat, your underwear is showing, Lewis, and just for a very split second I thought I had my webcam on by accident. And he can just see my used boxers over my rig in the background, but luckily my camera isn't on.
Imagine that, comms in 5D.
We have a yellow flag, the 666, what's going on there? Baumgarten, there was a yellow flag out, but he's had a slowing down maybe.
You've got about 7 yellow flags in the final sector in a traffic jam currently.
Just seeing it now, yeah, numerous cars.
As expected.
Let's get on board with car 69. That is the first car over the line to start the flying lap, and they've got a Ferrari just behind. We've got a nice little slipstream there. Unless that is a car coming out the pits. So we did have a live driver's briefing just before the race, and we did say to everyone to give space. So yeah, Dan, quite right pointing out it's quite naive of a lot of these guys going out so soon, so close to each other, because they're just queuing that back straight.
You've got actual cars stopped, physically stopped on track, not crawling, physically stopped.
The thing is, if they don't get a move on, this Scuderia ORC 69 car is coming down the first Lesmo now. They're going to catch him.
Yep. Number 7 and number 8 are just on the back of this train. 62's on the back, and he's just gone through a Scary now. This could get a little bit interesting.
Mark Conway on the live stream. Good to have you with us, Mark. How you doing, mate? SBR team slipstream. Oh, we're seeing a little bit of tactics, are we, from the SBR team? Giving each other a slipstream. That'll be interesting.
There's enough teams of SBR so they can give about 75 slipstream teams, I think.
There is. There's 6 entries of SBR. So they've got a very good chance of occupying various grid spots. Yeah, they've got SBR Pro, SBR GRC, SBR ART, SBR Endurance UK, and SBR Endurance Squadra. So
do you know what? The slipstream didn't even come into my mind. But on this track like this, down that straight, you may gain 2-3 tenths doing that.
Yeah.
That sounds actually really viable.
It is, and they've got enough time as well to try and alternate it as well, but it's going to take quite a lot of coordination from them. So,
yeah, and Ben Milden's in that team, so I wouldn't back anything. Sorry, Ben, I had to get it in.
Ben, I warned him before we came on air. As I was signing up for internet connection, I warned him, don't take the mickey out of Ben Milden tonight, Dan. And there you go.
Ignore that one.
5 minutes in. So, first times are flying in. Bellarmine setting the pace with a 48.2 in the Vodafone-sponsored McLaren. I say that, and George de Ronde has just gone provisional P1 for Southern State Racing. Dan, I'm a little bit out of touch with the BOP on PlayStation 5. What is the strongest car around here? What do you reckon?
If you'd have asked me that before the last update, it was the McLaren was the one to be on. But since the last update, it seems to have been slightly nerfed in a straight line. So at the moment, the strong car in a straight line is the Audi or the Ferrari, but we only have one Audi on track.
Yeah, and we've only got it. I mean, I was going to say it's quite a mixed grid, and I suppose it is in a way, but there is certainly a Ferrari dominance.
Yeah, it's Ferrari and Macca dominance, and then you've got two BMWs, two Mercs, and one Audi, and a couple of Porsches as well.
And one BMW. Which again surprised me, because the BMW is my car. I drive the Beamer inside out, and yeah, it's a good endurance car, so I'm surprised there's not many Beamers.
Yeah, there's only one, that's Galleon Corsa Sim Racing, number 220 using that, so it'll be interesting to see how they go as the sole BMW.
Let's get them on camera. Oh no, that's there we go, on camera right now in the green and white livery.
See, that's interesting. You've got times of 147, 148 here. They were 1.3 seconds quicker in practice. I think that tells me they're on used tyres for this first run, I think. I'm going to make a guess. As Bellarmine goes with a 146.5. Brilliant.
Yeah, that certainly is a quick time.
That theory.
Yeah, that just certainly put a distance between the rest of the field with a 1.3 second gap to Southern State Racing. What I was going to say, yeah, it's certainly interesting to see how they play. I think you are right. I think there'll be a few teams out there on a scrub set for the first 20 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes they might throw on a new set depending where they are in the order.
Yeah, I mean, good thing is your temps aren't crazy either, so you can do multiple push laps in a row with only 22 ambient. You're fine with that.
Interestingly as well, Team Year 1, they've not yet set a time. They're coming through Ascari now in the Ferrari. Myler in the car, quick driver.
Yeah, very proficient with the Ferrari as well. Some teams I've seen have chose different cars to what they usually use, whether that's in the driver swap that they've done with us previously or the Indy event, whereas I know Myler drives the Ferrari permanently, so I'm expecting him to be very well up there today. He is my pick of the Quali, I think. Lewis, I'm going to go with that one.
Oh, okay. We'll see how that develops throughout the evening. Lovely. I'm not going to put myself. I'm going to sit on the fence and not.
No, don't be like that. Come on, pick someone.
I'm going to go French Connection, Bellarmine. And I'm not saying that because he's top.
I was going to say the man who's 8/10 quicker. It's a brave choice.
I'm sticking my neck out.
yeah, it's out of left field, that one.
No, yeah, no one saw that one coming. No, I've raced against French Connection. Obviously, it's Will Freeman's team, the Smoking Frenchman, but yeah, Bellarmine is a rapid driver. He has a few issues with internet connection, though.
Yeah, he does.
And it's pinged a little bit high now, actually, but yeah, I know in previous driver swap races on PlayStation 5, they were leading by a long way, and they got disconnected and they lost.
I think they did that for 2 in a row, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. So, 28 of you watching live now. Fantastic numbers for a live stream for a Friday night. Thank you all for joining. Please do keep your comments coming in. Any questions, fire them away. Obviously, we've got a special guest in the commentary box tonight with Mr. Punchface, Dan Naisbitt. So, anything you want to ask Dan, then fire away. You know, does he have pineapple on pizza and things like that? Feel free to throw the questions his way. And yeah, great to have you with us. And the full race tomorrow, full 12 hours, will be live streamed. Not by myself though, because we have an action-packed weekend of action on FRL this weekend. We've got obviously the 12 hours of Monza tomorrow here on PlayStation 5, but then we've got the 24 hours of Suzuka on PC tomorrow, starting at 2 PM UK time. That is also going to be on FRL YouTube. So you have got, if you like your sim racing, if you like ACC, if you're not driving tomorrow, you've got the 12 hours of Monza and the 24 hours of Suzuka just to tickle your pickle, as they say. Right, let's have a look at the bottom of the grid. Who is in that danger zone? We've still got a couple of teams, well, one team who have not yet set a time. That is Team Phoenix 1. They're now leaving the pit lane. So top 24 go through. So in the danger zone is Nordic E-Racing. They are currently going through in that provisional P24, but as you can see from the timings on the right-hand side, it is a very close field, extremely close field.
And it's all changing very, very quickly as well.
Yeah, because the thing about ACC, you've got the track that is optimum, but the thing is, the more time, the more rubber that will go down. Even though it does say optimum now, it can potentially get half a tenth quicker with the more cars that are running on it.
Oh, 100%. You've got, it says optimum, but you've definitely got grades of optimum. I mean, you'll often find that you're out on track and the last person across the line, 9 times out of 10, has improved because the track just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
You might find that Team Phoenix want to play in a bit of a blinder here, not going out for the first 10 minutes, and then positioning themselves cleverly to be over the line with a fresh set of softs right at the end of quali.
Now, Team Phoenix, I believe, were one of the cars that did very well in the Indy 8 Hour, our last endurance race on ACC PS5 FRL. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, I was just going to try and find the results from Indy 8. I may need to get that up in a bit, but I'm pretty sure Team Phoenix was one of the teams that did extremely well. So yeah, they might have a strategy tonight just to do the one run on new tyres, and that'll be their Q1 done.
I think so. I'll have a look for the Indy 8 results now, Lewis. 2 seconds.
Oh, what a fantastic co-commentator. So, couple of teams just coming into the pits, potentially just to adjust those pressures. And Bellarmine still setting the pace up front. Javier on the live stream, go Leon. Good to see you all throwing your support to your fellow drivers. I assume you're referring to the 888 Ferrari of Leon in the car right now on your screens. Currently P18. Ed Sterling, evening lads, up the T1 SR. Good to have you with us, Ed. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, absolutely fantastic weekend of action on FRL. I mean, this has got to be the place to be for sim racing this weekend. If you're not watching the kind of influencers on YouTube, you know, as I said, 24 hours of Suzuka, 12 hours of Monza, amazing action this weekend, and it's. I'm a real big fan of this qualifying format. I love doing qualifying the night before, having this format. I think it's a really exciting format. It's something a little bit different that you don't really see from other Discords and other racing communities. So, yeah, it's really great to see FRL doing this sort of format. And as you can see, it's been very popular because we've got 35 teams on track on PlayStation 5, with most teams having 4 drivers. So, yeah, an unbelievable amount of drivers committing to this race over the weekend. VRC,
So,
great coverage. Thank you very much. Oh, go on, Dan.
Here we go. So P1, we had Apex Racing Online.
Yep.
With Jared Vermeulen, Konstantin Kampik, Scott Felt, the German outfit. And then P2, we had Slow Motion Racers. And then P3 was indeed Team Phoenix 1.
Okay, I don't think we have Apex on the grid this weekend, or Slow Motion.
No, I've not recognised those names. We do have Arcadius Mihulka, though. I have seen his name somewhere.
Yes.
So he is racing with somebody, but I don't think it's Slow Motion Racers.
Right, interesting.
Yes, it was Team Phoenix in P3, and then it was IRL in Team 4, who are also...
Yes.
P4, who
Yeah,
are
they're
also on the grid.
Yeah, they're currently P4 on grid now, with car 48 in a pit lane. Yeah, the Team Phoenix 1, just going back to that was a team that was the last car to set a lap. They've gone straight to P9. So, yeah, I think that could be their... Might have one more lap in them, and then they could just park that car in the garage for the next 15 minutes and watch the timings.
The thing is, if you take out that phenomenal lap from Tom Bellarmine, you're looking at 1 second from P2 all the way to P27.
Yeah, yeah. And as you can see here as well, what 4 of the top 6 teams are just in the garage. They're just having a nice cup of tea and a biscuit in the garage, and they're thinking, well, we've done our job. You know, it's a little bit of a risk, but it's probably a calculated risk. It's a very close field, but you know, these teams at the back of the grid have got to find 1.4 seconds to try and put them under pressure. So they are probably doing the right thing just by sitting in the pits. But yeah, very close field. I mean, look at this from P20 is 1.2 down to P27, which is 1.4. So 2/10 separating 7 positions there, and that is right around the danger zone and the knockout zone of Q1.
Yep, and Phoenix Racing Team have just put themselves P3 as well.
Lovely.
Into that half a second bracket. Your pick is P1 and my pick is P2. Interesting.
And just on your screens now, ladies and gentlemen, is the Ray-Ban sponsored 777 Ferrari of Thomas Wonderchek. Wonderchek is one of our good friends at FRL. Runs their own racing league. He very often races with FRL. He's a great guy. And if you watch his live stream, I do recommend you subscribe to his YouTube channel, Thomas Wonderchek, because he's a man who likes to sweat a lot. It's fair to say, isn't it, Danny? I'm not sure if you've seen him, Dan, but he gets quite sweaty in the car, doesn't he?
He is a very passionate sim racer with a tea towel sat next to him for a race from anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, I think.
Well, I hope he's got his tea towel with him tonight, because he's currently P26 and he needs to throw that towel in and just go throw it in the kitchen sink and send it, because he's going to be knocked out if he carries on at this pace.
Yeah, you've got from P24, if you find a 10th, you're jumping 3 spots at the moment.
Yeah. Dan Hardy on the live stream just commenting on, I think it was Rich Hall, he said, with a good lap in the 26 McLaren on your screens right now, currently P19 for Race Club UK, comes into the pits. And your team, Dan, T1SR GB, currently P21, Adam Anderson in the car.
Yeah, we chucked Adam in. He wasn't that happy about having to qualify, but in practice to be fair, him, Ed and Danny have all been absolutely flying, but we decided to chuck Adam in the car tonight. And to be fair, he's got a nice little buffer of 2/10ish to the knockout, so yeah, we're confident there.
So I know you currently sit in P22, but what is your realistic expectations for kind of your starting position on the grid for T1SR GB?
In practice, a mid 147 was, I think, where we were looking at. And I mean, to be fair, mid 147 is rapid, but even a mid 147 right now only takes you to P15. I mean, the slowest car on the grid has done a 149.5.
Yeah, 2.9 off, so just under 3 seconds is the gap. Yeah.
I mean, this is a ridiculously quick grid.
It is, and one of those teams is Czech Console Racing, and Vlakov Popasil is in the car for the 68 Ferrari, and he's a lot quicker than what that time suggests. So I think a lot of teams here have not quite got the lap in yet.
Well, I mean, even looking at P32, you've got Campbell. I mean, I race against Cam on a Tuesday. Cam's quick, so I don't imagine he'll stay down in P32 for very long either for SBR endurance.
Yeah. SBR have currently got 3 teams in the knockout zone, and I think, is it fair to call Ben the team manager? I don't think they'll probably be expecting to have 3 cars knocked out in Q1 for SBR if it stays like this.
No, absolutely not. I don't think so.
Gogs on the live stream. How you doing, Gogs? Gogs is, for those of you watching who may not watch us all the time, Gogs is our residential commentator for the Super Sprint Sundays on FRL on a Sunday night, hence why it's called Super Sprint Sunday. So yeah, if you like the action tonight, please do subscribe to the FRL channel, and you can hear more of us, such as Gordon, Gogs as we call him, on a Sunday night for the Sprint series. So yeah, thanks, Gogs. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Yeah, worth a watch. His commentary this year has been phenomenal, especially naming the hairpin at Snetterton the scary hairpin because of the strange looking tree on the far side of the track.
Yeah. I mean, and let's be fair, he is doing the impossible job, isn't he? he's replacing a commentator on the Sunday series, which is like replacing Murray Walker. It just
some would say that Lewis Robinson, and to quote the amazing Jeremy Clarkson, is the best in the world.
And that's why I asked you to do co-commentary with me tonight.
Yeah, you can wire me the money for that later.
Brilliant. Right, 9 minutes to go, ladies and gents. Team Bellarmine, French Connection, Thomas Bellarmine is setting the pace with a 146.5. We then have Team Year 1 in P2, Team Phoenix 1 in P3, and Phoenix Racing Team in P4, and Apex Motorsport is P5. So that is a top 5 for you. But we're not really bothered about the top guys at this moment of the night. What we are bothered about is the bottom of the grid, because these are the knockout zone. So as I said, top 24 progress. So Nitus Scuderia is currently in that danger zone, as I keep calling it. Every time I say that, I keep wanting to sing the song. But yeah, Leon Valio in P24, he is the guy currently going through, but he has only got, less than the 10th to Thomas Bondarchuk, so it is a very close around that knockout zone. Extremely close, but epically close. Great for us and great for you watching. It's good entertainment. So, yeah, these are the teams we're focusing on your screens right now on the left-hand side. And for these guys, considering it's only a 10th or two, all they've got to do is just brake a little bit later, or get on the throttle a little bit earlier, or just take a corner a little bit neater, and they'll find that time, and that could be the difference from getting through from Q1 to Q2. And just a note as well on these teams, another special kind of unique selling point of FRL on these PlayStation 5 endurance races is we are running class system, a category system. So tomorrow in the race, when you join the live stream, you'll notice there will be Pro, Silver and AM category teams, and that is done based on their qualifying position. So the slowest cars on the grid will be assigned AM category, and then the middle will be Silver and the top will be Pro. What that does is creates competition up and down the grid. So you could be racing in 30th position with 7 hours to go, but you still could be fighting for an AM podium. It just creates that little bit of tension, a little bit of competition up and down the grid. Because if you just had one category for 36 cars, you could be 34th, and you think, well, what's the point of carrying on? So yeah, it's a great little system we've got in place. We do it based on qualifying, just to make it a little bit more fairer. So yeah, that is going to be one to watch tomorrow. Not just watching the top 3 cars on track, but the top 3 cars in all 3 categories.
Just looking at our knockout zone, Lewis, Thomas Bondarchuk is in P26 and Vallejo is in P25. He is 500ths from making it currently. And you've also got the 2 T1 SR teams in P23 and P24 on exactly the same time.
Wow.
Yeah. 500ths clear currently.
Well, and if you look at P27 as well, I mean, from P25 to P27, under a 10th.
1.1 of, yeah, tenth and a bit.
And then, I mean, even as you say, I mean, that is incredible that you got 2 teams, both from the same team as well. Both T1 SR cars, exact same lap time. That is almost like a match made in heaven, isn't it?
Yeah, and Anderson's in the pits as well, so I reckon he's popping on a fresh set.
He's a little bit of squeaky bum time, do you reckon, for Adam?
I think so. I think we'd have hoped to have saved a set, and we're going to have to use another one, I think.
Yep.
But, I mean, the way the rating system works, even if you are, like you were saying, even if you get dumped out in Q1, you end up in the AM class, and you are the top of the AM class technically,
yep.
So you've still got something to race for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%, yeah. I'm actually quite amazed how close it is. I mean, this is incredible, really. From P22, which is a 1.262 from pole, a 10th from that. If you're a 10th slower, you're pretty much P24, P25. It's so close.
It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, you've got P2 and P3 on exactly the same time as well.
Wow.
And then P8 and P9, Scuderia, ORC, and Nico Buzov split by 0.003 of a second. This is going to be very close for Q3.
Yeah.
Ridiculously close.
So we've had a team shoot up the order, and I've missed who it was. So T1SR EU is now in that danger zone. P24 for the 134 Ferrari. And Lucas Valier will be the team for Nitis Scuderia, trying to knock them out. They need to find just literally half a tenth, and they'll do the job.
That's it. My pick to jump a few spots, I think, is Makowski as well in P28 for SBI Endurance Squadra. Again, another quick driver who I think is probably quicker than where he's sitting currently.
Yeah. Well, we could have a situation here where SBR in total have 3 teams knocked out. Do you reckon they'll be aiming for a podium lockout in AM class if that happens?
I'm amazed they haven't tried any slipstreaming tactics to try and get at least one of those teams out of the bottom 25.
I think that'll certainly pique the interest of the stewards to
I
see
think
if
team manager Ben Milden's missed a trick here, I think.
The stewards did warn teams. This is just not about SPR. This is just about. And I've just got me onto the topic about sandbagging. But the stewards did warn the teams that any sandbagging going on would be scrutinised by the stewards, and grid penalties would be. Well, teams will be moved classes if they think a team has sandbagged deliberately to be in silver or be in AM, they would bump them up to the class higher.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth teams sandbagging because they just make it worse themselves if they are caught.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And to be fair, I think with every single car within 2.5 seconds of a driver like Bellarmine, I don't think anyone's trying to sandbag this. I think it's genuine pace, I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think just given how close the field is, I don't think there is no sandbagging going on. I think it purely is just the quality of the field.
We've had someone move up there. I'm not sure who that. Oh, Thomas Vondrasek has gone to P19.
He needed that.
He has escaped the drop zone. So first in the drop zone now is T1SI Europe on exactly the same time as Adam Anderson, who's on the bubble.
Let's just try and catch these cars coming across the line. So Anderson is now coming round Parabolica. Can he improve? He's got time for another lap.
This is his first flying lap on these fresh softs as well.
He'll have time for another one, won't he?
Probably 2, I would think.
Yeah, so he's got this lap, and then he'll have time for another one. He'll just get across the line. So this could be vital for Adam. He'll have a couple of seconds
spare. He could well
spare.
be the last car across the track, actually, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 62.
He doesn't improve, Anderson. So let's switch the camera to is it Sergio? His name for T1 SRU.
No, he's called Steve.
Oh, please clip that. Please clip that last 5 seconds of the live stream and send it to him afterwards. There's me looking at his surname, thinking, oh, he sounds Spanish. I've just gone with Sergio. It's quite English of me, isn't it, just to assume that? No, it's not Sergio. It's Steve.
It's Big Steve.
I love it. I love that. He's going to love that when he hears that back. Right, anyway, he's coming through Ascari. Can he? I think he's gone wide there. I think that's going to be his lap invalidated, but he's going to have time for another one.
I'm just looking to see who's the next one in the drop zone across the line.
Yeah, that'll be useful. So here comes Mr. Sergio Steve. What can he do? I think
It'll be Cam Blair, and he went invalid, yeah. It'll be Cam Blair in the 587.
Brilliant.
Who is next across the line.
He's on camera now. Let's see what he's got in a Lamborghini. Not many of them around tonight.
Miranda has just moved up as well to P23, which knocks Adam Anderson out by 0.03 of a second.
Wow.
Anderson is currently missing out on the bubble by 0.003 of a second.
So Blair has pitted. So SBR Endurance is out. SBR Endurance UK is out. Both SBR Endurance teams are boxed, and that is their session done. Let's just keep our eyes on Adam Anderson. Where is he?
I believe he made it across the line for the last flying lap.
He did, so let's just keep our eyes on that. Where is Steve? He's still coming around Lesmo 1. Leon is starting his lap. Valren is in the box. Race Club UK, Bake is out in P29. ISS, they're on a flying lap coming through the second chicane.
Your first one across the line in the bubble is going to be 1:34, which is Steve. Spanish Steve.
Spanish Steve. Well, if he ain't going to get a move on, he's going to be going for a bit of early tapas, I think, isn't he? Because he's going to be knocked out at this rate.
Don't mind a bit of tapas, you know.
No, can't beat it, can you? Especially with a nice, ice cold Estrella.
Steve's just coming up to Parabolica now.
Here he comes. What can the 134 Ferrari for T1SR EU do?
He needs to find 0.003 of a second to qualify.
Can he do it? No, he's not. He's out.
He's not, I'm afraid. Next across the line in the drop zone will be the 666 of Baumgarten.
Oh, well, they've got 155 of ISS Racing coming across as well. They're currently P30.
Oh yeah, Butol, sorry.
They don't improve. Then we've got the 666. Where's the 666? They're not on my screen.
They're P35 currently.
And they stay P35. Here comes Adam Anderson. Where does he go? P25, he just misses out.
He didn't improve, he missed out by 0.003 of a second.
Wow, let's just give you that rundown of the drivers and the teams knocked out. So, P36, so bottom of the grid and bottom in AM category tomorrow will be Southern State Racing with Peter van Lieshout, Vitebal, De Ronde and Vinja. And then we have JW...
Strange, they didn't set a time.
They didn't, did they? That is strange.
No.
Maybe tactical to avoid turn 1 carnage.
Interesting.
P35, JWB Racing R Sports with Baumgarten with a 1:48.9. Then we have Sim Racing Team Lowlands in P34. P33 is Czech Console Racing. Very quick team, but tonight just didn't happen for them. But look at that grid difference of 1.7, only 1.7 off pole position down in P33. So disappointing result for them, but that just shows you the quality on show tonight. P32 is one of your first 2 SBR teams knocked out tonight in Q1. That is SBR Endurance UK with Adam Eden, Josh Clayton, Gareth Harvey, I'm going to go with, I believe is his name. So that is P32 for SBR Endurance UK. And then the second SBR Endurance team, I did not mean to click on that, just bear with me. Not used to PlayStation 5 controls. SBR Endurance GRC with Cameron Blair is P31. Then P30 is ISS Racing Team. P29 is Race Club UK. P28 is SBR Endurance Squadra. Sorry, it's 3 SBR teams. I said 2. It's actually 3 SBR Endurance teams.
3 SBR teams and 2 T1SR teams knocked out.
Green light, show them what you got.
Sorry ladies and gentlemen, I'll just getting the right screen up there. P27 is Nigel Scuderia with Leon Valio. P26 is Steve in T1SR EU, and then P25 is Adam Anderson for T1SR GB. So T1SR, they will be taking P1 and P2 in AM class starting tomorrow with 12 hours of the race, with Nigel Scuderia third on the grid. So those are your AM category cars for tomorrow. So yeah, unfortunate for them, but extremely close. I mean, they were. Look how close that is in terms of making it through, compared to 1 second slower with stilts in the car.
Incredible. I mean, you've got a tenth between 5 cars there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1/10 and a thousandth
Yeah.
between 5 cars.
Amazing. So, that was half hour. We now only have 15 minutes for Q2. And we do it all again. If that was breathtaking enough, and I'm trying to get my breath back just for that last few minutes, we've got to do it all again. 15 or 13 and a half minutes to go. And now the top 12 progress. So anything from 13 onwards is eliminated in this next session. Ladies and gents, what we're going to do, we're just going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back. Dan and I will be back with you in around about 30 seconds. Okay, and I'm back. Apologies for the slightly longer than 30 seconds. Typical man, I have no concept of time or length. But we're back in the commentary box. Dan might still be off getting a refreshment, but you got me. So yes, 10 minutes to go, and very short time now for teams to get that lap in. So what we're keeping an eye on is around P12 to P13. Those are the two spots we want to keep our eyes on, because P12 goes through, P13 is eliminated. The stewards will probably just be making sure that we haven't got teams on track who shouldn't be. Hopefully not. I'm not going to go through that right now, but there will be a couple of stewards making sure that there are no teams being a little bit naughty and accidentally out on track when they shouldn't be, but I don't believe they are. So, few times coming in. Team Year 1 has gone provisional pole position with a 47.4. Team Phoenix and Phoenix Racing Team in P2 and P3. And I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to Q3, because the guys at the sharp end of the grid, I think they're going to really produce some amazing qualifying times in Q3. But for now, we're focusing on the elimination zone. Dan Hardy, so proud of my team, Race Club UK. Yep, it's a good effort, and it certainly, it may be disappointing to be out in Q1, but the pace was so strong. Like, the field is so close. It isn't a disappointment in that sense. It's just a ridiculously strong field.
Yeah, I've just had a quick look there, and your two cars, which were first eliminated, both missed out by 3 thousandths. I've never seen two cars miss out on the bubble by 3 thousandths of a second. That's
No.
Especially on a track where you're looking at a minute and 50, and two of the longest straights in the game, and to be 3 thousandths apart is ridiculous.
Insane.
Well, my pick is up there in P3.
We'll
He's
see when it
looking
all
good.
matters, mate.
And there goes Tom Bellerman to P1. I'm going to shut up now.
My left field pick of
Yeah.
pole position there.
With absolutely no data to make that choice whatsoever.
So, who have we got in the danger zone right now? So we've got NFT Races, Overmaniatics, Artex Sim Racing, 1 second slower, RTP, Snacklam Factory Racing, some great team names here. And Val Racing Team, I'm just going to have a quick look at Val Racing Team because, if my memory serves me correct, is that father and son and brother team racing? I think it could be. I know it's definitely father and son. I'm not too familiar with Van Den Adel, but it sounds like they've got similar names. So I'm going to predict that Val Racing Team is a family team entry for this race. George Marge, come on Ricciardo. Not sure who Ricciardo is on this grid. Apologies if I've completely missed a driver called Ricciardo. But
I'm
yeah.
going to guess that's Rich Hall for Race Club UK, I think.
Ah, okay.
That's my assumption.
That would make sense. I'm just trying to find him on the grid.
Number 26, P22 currently.
Ah, yes. Because I believe their sister team got knocked out in qualifying 1, didn't they? Yes, they did. Race Club UK Bake. So we have Race Club UK Bake and Race Club
Bake,
UK
nice.
Shake. Yeah, so their sister team knocked out in Q1, but Ricciardo Hall is currently P20.
Yeah, we currently have quite a few names that I know well in your top 10 currently. Tom Bellerman, Morax is in P4, Nico Buzov P7, Jorge de Ronda P8, and Rapid Duck is P9.
Rapid Duck, yes, what a name. He's a very quick driver. Just
The
a little
fastest duck in the game.
I must admit, I do like my duck with a little bit of hoisin sauce and a little bit of cucumber and spring onion. Anyway,
No, you've got to go orange sauce.
Orange sauce? No, you've got to have
you've got to.
hoisin.
No, that's orange with a lovely segment of orange in it, with a little bit of caramelisation on the top. Oh, Lewis, I'm telling you.
Here we are, ladies and gents. We're talking about sauce pairings with duck on FRL TV. One of the live
FRL Bake Off.
Yeah. There will be no soggy bottoms around here, thank you very much. Only with Chris Gadman. Race Club UK, just one of the live streamers, live viewers, just commenting that Rich Hall was actually on the back of his first victory in the Tuesday series for Race Club in Race Club series. So, yeah, a guy with confidence. Hopefully he's trying to apply that on track now. Yeah, he's currently P21.
They've done the opposite to Gareth Southgate and picked someone who's actually in form.
I love it. Yeah, just say 38 people watching live now. That really is good numbers. I know in the grand scheme of things, compared to the likes of Jimmy Broadbent and the other influencers, it's pity numbers. But for a live stream on a amateur racing community, it's really good numbers for a live stream on a Friday night for qualifying, just for qualifying alone. So thank you for joining us, and thank you to all the drivers and teams who have paid to enter this. You know, not many series do paid entry, but we've done it for a very specific reason, and that is for commentary costs tomorrow, and mainly for, you know, the kind of the race and service we're trying to provide. We are a big believer that FRL is the place to be on ACC PS5 for your Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday racing, but also these one-off endurance races. So if you are new to FRL or you race with other leagues, welcome, and hopefully you do stick around and you enjoy the race and you enjoy the service, enjoy the community, and hopefully see you on track soon. And likewise, invite us to your events. You know, if you do have races going on with your own leagues and your own communities, let us know. We'll probably more than likely have an FRL team enter it, be that on PC or PS5. Yeah, that is what makes ACC great. It is a community, and it's yeah, that is the main thing. Mark Conway, hope you guys are not getting paid for this car crash comms. Well, good job I've kept my receipt, mate, for PlayStation Plus, because I had to pay $6.99 to even enter the server tonight, because I didn't realise my PlayStation subscription ran out, so I've kept the receipt and I'll be claiming that back on James William expenses.
That is a very good idea, actually, and claim that back. That can be your payment for the evening.
Yeah.
£7 refund.
Yeah. James, I'll have that back through my bank account through expenses, mate, or I'll give you a free 1-month subscription to my OnlyFans. Your choice.
You'll still owe him £3.50.
Oh, I love it. So, who is in the danger zone? We've got Media Family Moscow. The number 8 Ferrari is currently P13. They are they are the team going to be knocked out at the moment. And they've got to find 2 temps. A little bit of a bigger gap this time, Dan, compared to Q1. 2 temps between knockout at the moment.
It is between P12 and P13, but if you look from P13 to P17,
wow,
it's 600ths again.
That's incredible. Five teams.
So, Rapid Duck's got himself a nice little buffer, but you've got 5 teams within a tenth and a half. I mean, like you said earlier, a tenth and a half is literally you break half a second later into the first corner and you've found a tenth and a half straight away.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the most smallest thing can just make the biggest difference here. You know, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, not to give secrets away, but even just watching the likes of Mailer earlier, who was changing TC from Sector 1 to Sector 3.
Yeah, and this is where that can be the difference between the sharp end of the grid. You know, if you've got those drivers with those wheels where you can adjust the brake bias and adjust the TC by corner. And I know a lot of drivers do have the wheels nowadays that can do that, but some people on here might just have like a basic T150 where they can't adjust TC or ABS or whatever per corner. So yeah, that can be the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I sometimes forget to shift up and down gears, never mind change friggin' brake bias mid-track. So that's not one for me.
I sometimes forget to turn the corner, mate. Never mind TC.
Yeah,
so.
been guilty of that a few times this season.
Yeah. We'll see how I get on tomorrow.
I could just ask Cam Blair.
Well, Mark Conway, who I know is in the live, watching us live right now, I know he'll be hoping I'm not drinking too much tonight because I'm doing the opening stint tomorrow of 24 hours of Suzuka at 2 p.m. If you're interested, a little bit of a self-plug here, but if you're interested to see how I get on, I will be live streaming that. You can see my live stream on the FRL socials channel, and we have 3 teams entered for that tomorrow. So yeah, Mark, if you're listening, mate, I'm sober, don't worry. The opening stint for 24 hours will be fine.
How many are entered into that, Lewis?
We have around 48 teams for that.
It's pretty incredible.
Vortex Racing has just commented that he was using a controller for Race Club Bake, I believe.
Wow.
I mean, that is impressive. I mean, I wouldn't recommend the controller, but if you can be within 1.8 seconds of pole position at Monza on a controller, fair play.
That's incredible. I mean, to be fair, saying that, we have 2 of our FRL admins who use controllers, the 2 Prentice brothers, who are both ridiculously quick. On a controller, I have no idea how it's physically possible.
Yeah.
Well, the baby's kicking off, sorry guys.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for that. That's Chris Gedman in the background there. Apologies, he's having a little bit of a moment. I'm sorry, Chris, I had to. I love you, really. You're about 7 foot tall and you weigh twice as much as me, and it is pure muscle, so I don't mean it. Please don't break me. P12 is SPR Endurance and ART, and then P13 is Nordic E-Racing. The checkered flag has dropped, and it is now the what's the saying? You know, this is the moment. This is the time for these drivers to get that last lap in, because the top 12 will progress. Nordic E-Racing, that's them done, I think. We have Galone Corsa out, Scuderia ORC are out, Media Family Moscow are across the line, they don't improve. Over Maniatics, can they improve? They don't. 1 second slower are boxed. Artex Sim Racing are out, Track Limits United are out, RTP are out, Race WK Shake are out, Snackman Factory are also out. So that is the top 12. Sorry, the bottom guys knocked out. So that is the end of qualifying 2. We have got one more car coming across the line, but I believe that is a top 10 car. It is. That was car number 48, which is Infinite Racing League. They go to P5, which was Rapid Duck. So let's just bring you a full breakdown of the teams knocked out. I'm just going to take a screenshot before my boss tells me off as well, Mr. Will Friedman. Okay, so where am I starting from? P24 is Snackland Factory Racing. They will be bottom of silver category. P23 Race Club UK. P22 is RTP Racing Team Peter. P21 is Track Limits United. P20 is Artex Sim Racing. P19 1 second slower. P18 is NFT Racers. P17 is Overmaniatics, and P16 is Media Family Moscow. The next row is P15, which is Scuderia ORC in the 69 Ferrari, and they are joined by the 220 BMW in P14, which is Galona Corsa, the Italian outfit for tonight. And then last but not least, who will be leading the silver category is Nordic E-Racing with Jorgensen, Christensen and Olsen. And that is the Danish team, I believe. I took a pick there. I mean, it's only ever going to be four countries in it. It's either going to be Norway, Denmark, Sweden, or Iceland. Not Iceland. Who else am I thinking of? Finland. So I've gone for Denmark. I think I'm right. If you're Norwegian, I apologise.
I actually think you've got that one bang on there, I think.
Yeah, I think they are Danish, but I do apologise if you are Swedish or Norwegian. If you are Swedish, I'm very jealous because, well, I won't go there. I'm live on air.
We all know what you're thinking.
So we have a couple of minutes for the server to do its thing and reset, and then we have what we're all here for. We have the meat and bones of tonight, which is the top 12 pole position shootout. Is your money still on Myla?
Well, I can't choose Bellarmine, can I?
No, you can't.
Because you chose that with absolutely no data and no experience to warrant that choice. So I am going to go with... Let's have a look who's down the grid. I'm going to back Nico Buzov. Yeah.
That's an interesting pick.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to back our current Taco Pro leader in the championship.
I see. He's doing very well as interviews off.
He is, yes.
Here's one for you, Dan. Mark Conway's just put on the live stream, tell the Vimto story.
No, I don't want to demonetize FRL YouTube. So I'm afraid, Mark, I cannot tell that one. However, what I will mention is that Mark has the perfect legs for skinny jeans.
They
are superb.
He was. I think he was modelling a new version of but not even skinny. I know you have skinny and you have super skinny. I think Mark was going super skinny.
They used to be called drain pipes back in the day.
For those of you who don't know the context of that, FRL was at Donington for the British GT season finale, a few weeks ago now, where we all met up. And I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Naisbitt in person. And I had the pleasure as well of sharing a hotel room with Mark Conway, and I can confirm he was wearing extremely skinny jeans.
Do you know what? It was a cracking day. That there must have been close to 15 of us from FRR.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very, very good day.
It was, yeah, really good. So, qualified. I don't know about you, but I can't believe we're already down to 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes, or that's 7 minutes. Are just shot by. So we have 5 minutes to go, which is a few flying laps, and we've still got no times on the board yet. So.
It's been some very, very, very slow out laps there.
Yeah, extremely. Yeah, it's 7 minutes and not a single lap in yet.
And I also got really scared because at one stage my timing screen said that Ben Milden was in the car, not Nico Buzov, but it's okay. Nico's back in the car.
Yeah, I did see that, and I did think that was just a server thing, unless Milden just thought, screw it, I'll...
Team manager wants the fame, doesn't he?
Yeah. You say that, but he is still showing... Oh no, it has just changed. Apologies. I was about to say, it was still showing as Ben Milden for me, but it has just changed to Buzov.
The only Mercedes in a field nigh on full of McLarens and Ferraris.
So let's just go to Bellarmine, because I think he's going to be the first car across the line with a flying lap. And I don't know about you, Dan, but I've noticed here, probably the reason for the slow out laps is because of this. But if you look at that back straight, they're all within slipstream range. I reckon these teams here have tried to get a slipstream.
Yeah, they're all very close. Who's behind Tom? Number 48. Who's that?
Jan Rapid Duck.
Rapid Duck's played it smart, I think. He looks like he's in perfect range not to be affected into the corners, but he should pick up a couple of tenths in behind Tom Bellarmine. This could be interesting, this one.
Yeah, let's just see what their provisional times are as they come across the line.
I think that was a bit wide from Tom, I think. Yeah, he went invalid last corner.
Yeah. So Jan takes provisional pole for Infinite Racing League. Team Year 1. Oh, Team Phoenix goes straight to the top with a 1:47.5. What was Dan? Can you just look for me, please, mate, and just see what was the top time in Q2?
It was 46.5 in Q1. Q2 was a 46.3, so they're way off the pace so far.
Way off the pace, yeah.
But I suppose they are only slight laps, and these may be used tyres potentially.
Yeah, it depends how much tyres they've used in Q2 and Q1. So there is a team up there who I don't recognise, and that's Engamatic Esport Car 367. It's not a driver I recognise either. I don't know if he's a new driver to FRL.
No, I recognise the name how do you pronounce it? Holzapfel. He did do Indy with a team. Let me quickly find out who.
Okay, and while you do that, I'll go back to the French Connection team, because that is the team who I've tipped for P1, and they've not yet got a time in. So he's coming through Ascari now, flicks the car left, flicks the car left, flicks the car right, back again to the left-hand side. It's gone wide again. Tom Bellarmine, the Frenchman, is showing a little bit of pressure here, because I think he's gone invalid for a second lap running, and he's only got a couple of laps to go. Let's just see as he comes across the line, but I think he's potentially done a second lap in a row where he's invalidated it. He's about to come across the line now in the Vodafone McLaren. Oh no, he does. I'm talking complete rubbish. Do not listen to me. He's gone provisional pole.
But still 7 tenths off his Q2 time. Yeah. Interesting.
And then we have...
Oh, Moro Senyor's just gone fastest by 3 thousandths.
Wow, and Mario is a very quick driver as well, and he's definitely got pace in that car. Jordan Myler has got disconnected. That is Team Year 1.
Oh, that was my early pick for top 3.
It is, and they're not on the grid, so he can still get back into the lobby, but he ain't going to get a lap in at this time now.
He's not going to get a lap in now.
So that will be P12 for Team Year 1, and that, well, it sounds bad, but the worst they're going to be is P12.
Yeah, and in a 12-hour race, that's nothing really.
Yeah. And just quickly before we start focusing on pole position with 1 minute to go, I'm just going to quick mention to the Sky McLaren here for the 433 Val Racing team. Now, Van der Val in the car, and this is a team who I believe was an AM category car at Indy 8 Hours, and here they are in the top 10 at Monza. I'm pretty sure my memory is that good. I remember that Val Racing team being an amateur car.
Yes, I believe the father qualified at Indy.
Right.
M. Van der Waal, and that is Gampy for his PSN name. And I believe this is it Damien, I think?
Yes, Damien, yeah.
Yes. So you do have a slight pace differential there.
between the two. Yeah, that explains it.
Yeah. Tom
We have-
Bellerman has gone much quicker.
Yeah, 4
That's-
attempts now. And then we have the 52 McLaren of BRC, the Italian outfit. The last car yet to set a time. Now BRC is another quick team. They also run their own Discord. Let's see if they can get a valid lap in, shall I say. So the checkered flag is gone. This is going to be their one and only lap. BRC, they don't. Oh, they do. P9. So P9 for BRC. Now the next car over the line is the 433. That is Val Racing Team. Can they improve? They do. So Val Racing Team for P8. And then we have the car 51 across the line. And the car 101. That is Southern State Racing. They go P7. So next car across the line is a 208 of Thomas Bellarmine, the French Connection Team. He's currently 4 attempts clear in provisional pole position. Can he improve his time? Phoenix Racing Team have finished their qualifying, so that is them done. Currently P2. So we still have 6 cars on the track.
Rapid Duck is also not on a valid lap, so he is finished. P3 is done.
Okay. So it's between the French Connection or Team Phoenix 1. Or Mario could find half a second, but that's quite an ask.
Yeah, you've got Phoenix Racing Team and Team Phoenix 1 split by 700ths of a second here. And Rapid Duck in the middle.
So Bellarmine takes out the pit entry cone, and he improves.
46.3, there's his 46.3.
Team Phoenix 1 across the line. They don't improve. Apex Motorsport. Mario goes P2, just under 4 attempts.
Oh, wow.
Here comes SBR Endurance and AR Team. Buyers in the car. Where does he go? He doesn't improve. Wow.
What a last lap by Morex.
Yeah, that is an incredible last lap to get P2 on the grid. So let's just give you a rundown there. So French Connection Team take pole position with a 1:46.3, just under 4 attempts quicker than the nearest competitor, which is Apex Motorsport, with an incredible last lap, and that is a McLaren front row lockout. And I'm not going to say McLaren for the last time either, because P3 is a Ferrari for Phoenix Racing Team, and then P4 is again another double McLaren lockout with Infinite Racing League P4, and Team Phoenix 1 is P5 in the McLaren. So we have 4 McLarens in the top 5.
We have eight McLarens in the top 10.
We do. P6 in the McLaren sandwich is SBR Endurance Pro, so Nikola Buzov, Ben Milden, Ahmed Aldori and Ivanov is P6. I think they will be quite happy with that result. I know Ben will be aiming for a top 10, so I think they'll be happy with the P6, but I don't think they'll be happy with losing 3 SBR teams in Q1. P7 is Southern State Racing, P8 is Val Racing Team, P9 is N-Gamatic Esport, and P10 is BRC Racing Team. And then the last row in Pro category is going to be SBR Endurance ART, and then Team Year 1. They did manage to get a valid lap in at the end to kind of validate that P12 position for them. Unfortunately, they got disconnected.
We need to give a massive shout out here, by the way. I've just read this. P7, Southern State Racing, Jorge de Ronda was not even meant to be qualifying. He entered the server accidentally, and their quali driver couldn't enter.
Wow. And he's got in P7.
He's got P7, so Jorge de Ronda was not even meant to quali, and he's pulled out P7. That is
epic.
Fair play. Yep.
Epic.
Massive work, that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your qualifying for the 12 hours of Monza, which is going to be held tomorrow with a 12 p.m. midday race start. The whole race will be live streamed by our fellow commentators. Unfortunately, Dan and I won't be on the commentary team tomorrow, but I do hope you have enjoyed the commentary with us tonight. It's certainly been a pleasure to bring you the live action. So please do check out FRL socials. YouTube will be the place to be tomorrow to watch the live coverage of the Monza 12 hours. And if you're really keen, you can also watch the live stream of the Suzuka 24 hours on PC. You can have both streams up at the same time. And I will be partaking in that. And Dan will be racing in the Monza 12 hours. So Dan, best of luck for tomorrow.
Yep, you as well, mate.
Thank you. I'll try not to beat it in the first corner. So, yeah, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed it, and I think that'll be it. Dan, any closing remarks?
No, and you've got everything perfectly, mate. Always
Brilliant.
a pleasure, never a chore.
Right, I'm off to go think about Mark's skinny jeans. See you all tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.